So the big question is this: how do most agents who don't have access to the secrets that the top agents in our industry hoard to themselves grow and prosper in today's real estate environment? That's the question. And this video podcast is the answer. I'm Pat Hyben, and welcome to Real Estate Rockstars. And now, for the review of the day. I got a 5-star review from Mr. Sean Haar. Sean Haar says, as a new agent, this podcast has provided me with a lot of great information and helped me stay motivated. 6 deals closed and another 6 under contract in my first 3 months. Thank you for all the resources that you provide. They are gold for anyone with a strong drive and a willingness to hustle. Keep the comments coming, guys. I love them. And remember, I eat feedback for breakfast, so give me a 1-star review if you want, or a 5-star review if you want. I don't care. And the more reviews we get, the better guests we get. So please, subscribe first, and then leave us a review or wherever you're listening. Rockstar Nation, thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to stay to the end, where our guests will be offering a free gift. As you know, all of our guests offer a free gift, and all of these gifts can be found on the Agent Success Toolbox. You could find that by going to hybendigital.com/toolbox, or simply texting the word toolbox to 444-999. That's toolbox to 444-999. I am going to put today's free gift in today's show notes, but if you want all of them, including gifts from most of our guests that have come on the show, just go to the Agent Success Toolbox. All right, Rockstar Nation, I got a great guest. I'm excited today, and a lot of you guys have submitted questions. I got some great questions. Mr. Adam Contos, the CEO of Remax International, is on the show today. Adam, welcome to Real Estate Rockstars.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it, Pat, and great to be on with all the rock stars here.
Hey, Adam, why don't you kind of fill everybody in, other than being CEO of Remax? What can you tell us about yourself so we can get to know you better?
All right. Well, I've been at Remax for about 15 years now. I came in working directly with the franchisees, and before that, I was an independent contractor with the company. Traveled around North America teaching real estate agent safety, which that comes from my past livelihood, which I ran a SWAT team before I got into the real estate industry. So married, my wife's a Remax agent, have 3 kids, 2 of them are in college, and the third one is on her way. So just about ready to be an empty nester. Wow,
that's awesome. Wow, you ran a SWAT team. Then you became a corporate guy at Remax. Your wife is a Remax agent. I mean, that is some good stuff. So let's get into some nitty gritty, because everybody has some really deep questions here. First, I want to ask you, let's talk about Booj, B-O-O-J, your recent buy of that. Why did Remax buy this company? What is it, and what do you plan on doing with it?
This is really exciting for us because it allowed us to take a massive amount of control over our technology evolution in Remax itself. So over 2 years ago, I started looking around the industry for a really good provider, developer of technology for the real estate space itself. And I found this company just, like 5 or 6 miles up the road from us called Booj, which is stands for Be Original or Jealous. And what I found was these guys provided kind of the full spectrum of real estate tech to nearly 40 independent real estate brokerages around the country, and they did it really, really well. So met with them, started talking to them, and kind of laid out what my vision is for technology, which is to be the global real estate technology leader. With Remax, we have a global footprint, and I want to extend the technology footprint globally as well. So February 2018, we ended up acquiring the company, and since then we've been building out some amazing technology from scratch. We went out and surveyed just thousands and thousands of real estate agents, put a bunch of questions, and unpack challenges, things like that in front of them, and built an amazing technology foundation that begins with a CRM and a whole bunch of surrounding services around that. And we're going to continue to expand that outward.
So let's keep going on technology. You have companies like Compass, obviously, that are trying to brand themselves as the tech company. You have people like Gary Keller coming out saying, "Hey, Keller Williams is spending more money on tech than anybody else." What is Remax doing today to outcompete these competitors with regards to technology?
Well, here's the first thing: is we're doing what we're saying we're going to do. So. We
what does that mean? So yeah, elaborate.
We got a lot of people talking in our space.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people talking about, oh, we got tech, or we're going to have tech, or something like that. We're actually rolling ours out the door. So we've built it, we've tested it, we're rolling it out the door, iterating with it. So I'm happy to say that I have over 50 brokers, agents, trainers, 12 floors below me right now that are learning our tech. And every week we have people coming in. We fill a room and teach them about the Booge technology. We're training hundreds and hundreds of them that represent tens of thousands of Remax agents around the U.S. And we're going to start building that out into Canada and the rest of the world after that. But ultimately, other people gather third-party solutions. We've built our own, and we're launching this. The guys that are doing it, we built out Booge, doubled the size of the company to nearly 100 technology ninjas that are working on this thing day and night, and rolling out some amazing product for our agents.
That's awesome. So let's get some specifics. So like, other than, a CRM that's better, or search engine optimization where the agent's website shows up better, or it looks fancier, it's unoriginal, what are some specifics that agents with Remax are going to get or are getting from the technology you're rolling out?
It's, in saying things like website or CRM, things like that, it's like saying automobile.
Yeah.
So it's just so generalized in the space, and everybody goes, "Oh, we have a great CRM." It's like going, "I have a great automobile." But you go, what does it do, and who's it for, and does it fit my needs, things like that. And that's the beauty of this, is we built this specifically for the needs of our high producing agents. In fact, they built it. We just asked them a whole bunch of questions and listened really well. So ultimately what it does is it increases the customer experience. It allows our agents to seamlessly work on their transactions and communicate with their customers across all of the platforms that we are delivering to them. So you're not trying to log out and log back in and paying for different services here and there. It's a seamless conversation with the consumer, understanding the data created by the consumer and the consumer's needs, wants, and desires, and the things that the consumer doesn't even know that they're recognizing in their movements online and on the app. And it allows our agents to tailor their service to that consumer, essentially making our agents more effective, higher level of customer experience for the consumer, and really more efficiency and effectiveness for the agent.
Yeah, so it's just putting it all together and making it very easy for the agent and easy for the consumer, from the first point of contact all the way through settlement process and all that, and then I assume afterwards as well.
You got it. I mean, this is a life cycle application, life cycle relationship with the consumer. We know so many agents do not continue to communicate with the consumer after the transaction. Our product is designed to let the consumer figure out, all right, I need to go to a dog park. Where's the dog park around me? Or what's the best pub that's rated? All I have to do is pull up in the app, and the agent is able to communicate on those particular topics with the consumer and help them out, even when they're not in the home buying and selling process.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, while we're talking about value propositions with regards to technology, let's talk about value propositions as a brokerage. What would you say is one value proposition that Remax has today for agents that your competitors don't offer, can offer?
Well, probably the biggest thing when you look at Remax overall, and this is what foundationally what the Remax network is based upon, is the power of association. So we look at the Remax agent and say, you know what, you can be as successful as you want to be, and we're going to empower you to be better. And you know, a lot of people get into business and they have a mindset that is limited. You know, and we teach a course called Momentum, which has this mindset of opportunity and a mindset of abundance. And we teach them how to operate their business because they're operating businesses. This isn't a job and they're not an agent. They're running a business. And we approach it from that perspective and teach them how to create a mindset of abundance and a business of abundance, because we look at our company as a business that builds businesses. So that's ultimately what we're going after is, you know, taking the real estate agent. Let's say the real estate agent is a college graduate. We're giving them their MBA and teaching them really how to effectively run a business. And that's what our brokers are focused on, is how do you take and scale it with the tools, the marketing that we have, a lot of marketing tools that saves them time, makes them more effective. The training, every agent needs training. They need to be the best that they can be. I spend at least an hour to 2 hours a day learning to be a better business person, and that's what we empower our agents to do. And the technology, which is you know, foundationally built on the Booz platform.
That's interesting. Okay, so let's keep talking about that realm then. So, like the way I see it, there's three types of agents, right? And we're going to start talking about the future, what Adam sees in the future. But right now, there's three types of agents. You got the brand new agent. You have an agent that a lot of people refer to now as a hula hoop agent. I don't know if you heard this, but a hula hoop agent is a hula hoop sells at Toys R Us and sells online by itself. There's no marketing. There's no push. There's no advertising. And some agents are like that. As a matter of fact, I think a large portion of Remax agents are like this. I can say that because I was at Remax 15 years. Are hula hoop agents where they consistently will do their 20, 25 deals a year over and over again. They don't advertise, they don't market, you know, it just happens, right? And then the third agent is the team, the big team, right? So you got these three types. Which one of these three do you think is most threatened by the coming shift in the market?
Well, to say who's most threatened, I would add a fourth agent, and I would call it the complacent agent. And that's the agent who got their license thinking, all right, I'll gather a few friends and family together on an occasional basis, and I'll just do those deals. Those agents, I think, are the most threatened.
Probably be the hula hoop, or, you know, I mean, they're kind of complacent, but they're probably working their sphere. You know,
yeah, I wouldn't call a hula hoop agent complacent. I would say that those people are the masters of their relationships.
So like you're not basically, if it's not you, I think what you're saying is it's not going to be as easy as it has been.
Well, business is never as easy as it has been. I don't care who you are. You know, and frankly, you know, you go back to the new agents that everybody's going, oh my gosh, the new agents are going to struggle so much. There are some really rock star new agents who understand ways of building relationships and gathering a client base and cultivating those into transactions way better than some existing agents in the marketplace. And it's those existing agents who aren't willing to understand those new ways of gathering and cultivating those relationships and turning them into business, and then leveraging the different technology pieces to make them more effective. People with a limited mindset, like, you know, you talked about, and I look at the hula hoop agents, the way you described them, as somebody who's doing, you know, 3 to 5 deals a year. You know, if you're somebody who's doing 20 deals a year, and keep in mind, you know, Remax agents on average do 16 or 17 deals a year, which is more than twice the industry average. So hula hoop agent doing 20 deals a year, that wipes out most of the industry right there.
Yeah. Oh, it does. And that's what, yeah, that's definitely the largest portion of agents.
Well, I mean, that's 20% of the marketplace.
Well, actually, probably, yeah, 20%. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
I mean,
I'm wrong. It probably new agents are probably the biggest portion.
Well,
newer,
I mean,
last 5 years.
I would say people that dabble in the industry, people truly that give the agents a bad name, are those that don't understand how to be really good transactionally, who don't know how to communicate with you know, all the parties involved in the transaction, really set the knowledge base in motion with their client, be it the seller or the buyer, and let them know truly what to expect out of the marketplace and out of the transaction. Because it's when people come to the table with these misconceptions about what's going to happen in the real estate deal, that causes problems in the transaction. So, you got people who have unrealistic expectations where their agent hasn't communicated effectively with them, where the agent hasn't communicated effectively with the other side of the transaction. That's what causes problems, these surprises that pop up in the transaction. And that's a big part of our technology, is keeping the communication flow going and being effective with your deadlines and the different needs of the transaction by using a deal flow pipeline and understanding the intricacies of that client agent relationship.
TribeOfMillionaires.com. Guys, write that down. Rockstar Nation got a free special offer for you. Now, I've just written a book, and it's just been published. Co-authored it with David Osborne, who's been on this show multiple times. If you don't know David, he is one of the top execs at Keller Williams Real Estate, was personally mentored for the last 2 decades by Gary Keller himself, and he's in all kinds of businesses. His bio and explanation and everything is in this book. But anyways, David and I got together. We decided to write a book. We called it Tribe of Millionaires. And I guarantee you it's going to change your life. To find out more, just go to tribeofmillionaires.com. We're going to give it to you absolutely free. Only thing we ask in return is, of course, number one, you pay the shipping. Not a big deal. But number two, that you go on Amazon and write us a review. We're really looking to get an incredible amount of reviews. And because of that, we're giving this book away for free. Go to tribeofmillionaires.com today. Hey, real estate agents and rock stars. If you're getting value out of the content in this episode, make sure you like the video and subscribe to this channel. Also, click the little bell icon to be notified about upcoming episodes. And I would also love it if you left a comment and shared the most impactful tips and tactics you've learned from the knowledge shared in this episode, or even maybe make a suggestion requesting a topic of what you'd like to learn in future episodes. I welcome any feedback below. Now, back to the episode. Sounds like it's going to make an average agent above average.
I think the only thing that can make an average agent above average is that agent. Okay, you can have a great agent, and if they decide to be complacent and not do anything to be better for themselves or for the industry or for the client, they're going to get worse. But we're going to make good agents great, is what I see it as opposed to, I don't want average agents who want to kick the can down the road. I think, that they're the ones who are under fire in the industry. I think the good agents, the people who want to make this, their profession, they want to be, specialists in this space, we're going to make those guys rock stars, and that's really what we're after.
Interesting. Okay, so let's talk about money and profit a little bit. I have a lot of brokers that have been on the show. We're close to 900 interviews so far, and a lot of brokers recently, Remax, Keller Williams. I'm not pinpointing any brokerage, but there have been Remax brokers, there have been KW brokers, there have been independent brokers have come on this show and basically told me that they struggle with profit, right? That the profit of a brokerage sucks in a lot of areas now. It's getting more and more difficult for brokers to make money. What is Remax doing to address the need to increase profit to the brokers themselves?
I love that, because actually that's a heavy focus of our organization. We've done several things. First of all, we talked about Booge. I'm gonna bring that one up again. Brokers spend thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars on a monthly, yearly basis, as do agents, when it comes to piecemealing together all their different technology platforms. I got that. So, I talked to a very large broker yesterday who said, hey, I'm going to go talk to my website provider because I know we've got this evolution of Booge going on where you guys got that covered, and this is a really world-class product. So I feel it's up to a brand, up to a franchisor to provide a lot of those services to the business itself and help them that way so that they can concentrate on growing their business instead of different nickel and dime aspects of beating up their business with expenses. That being said, also, we've gone into working deeper and more sophisticated through our Momentum program with how do you run a business, manage that P&L, and ensure that the balance sheet looks good for what you're trying to accomplish. A lot of people that run their own business, they start kind of doing a few little things here and there that it becomes death by 1,000 cuts.
Especially marketing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I spend tens of millions of dollars a year on marketing. Why should a brokerage have to go out and spend money on their own when they can utilize the tools that we provide? We just launched a new marketing platform that allows people to take from their phone and launch all their marketing on social media with a couple of clicks. And you know what it costs my brokers? Nothing. It costs them nothing each month. It costs them $4 a month for this massive marketing platform that they can market across everything. So we're taking a lot of those expenses off of their plate. And really, our stated goal is to be a business that builds businesses. So that's what we're with them on, everything from the P&L all the way through their marketing technology, training, things of that nature, so that they can spend time on making more money instead of managing expenses as much.
Interesting. Well, good. There's some specifics there. I appreciate that. So let's talk a little bit about valuations. Some of these technology companies like Compass have these astronomical valuations with the amount of money getting poured into them, and Remax has maintained a pretty low valuation in comparison. What are you doing for your shareholders to help increase that valuation?
The best thing I can do for my shareholders is to continue to work on growing our company globally and setting ourselves up for the future. So, and we meet with the Wall Street analysts on a regular basis. As a public company, obviously that's a big part of what I do is as the CEO and with my investor relations team. So, it's making sure that people are aware that our company does generate a great deal of cash flow. That looks great for Wall Street. We are a pure franchise model. So we do operate in the franchise space, but we are classified in the brokerage space, which, frankly, when you look at that, you go, okay, should it be that way? And we've been valued at many different multiples, but, it's Wall Street decides where Wall Street wants to put you. We're a great company. We're doing some solid things, and that's what we have to.
How many countries are you in, do you know?
We're in over 110 countries.
Okay, crazy, right?
Oh,
Here you're in 110 countries. Compass is in like 10 cities. It's fascinating. Okay, so you're just going to continue to grow wide, basically.
Hey, we're going to continue to grow to help people buy and sell houses, which that's our goal.
Yeah, it's all about the transactions. Okay, good stuff. All right, so let's talk about, I want to talk about some controversial things, not to you, but just to the industry, to see if you can lend some insight. A while back, right, you guys had an agreement with Redfin. You dropped them because of this Redfin Direct. And I don't want to talk about that, but what I want to do is talk about what happened with that, because what happened with that is once Redfin went direct, right, it allowed the consumer to go direct to the seller and cut out the buyer agent, cut out the co-op commission, right? And now Seattle, a board of realtors, 30,000 agents, has basically published the co-op commission so that buyers on the street can search, how many people are co-oping a lower percent versus a higher percent, and can negotiate direct with the agents because they know how much the agent is making, where before it was kind of private. So what is Remax doing to insulate its agents against losing buyer agent co-op commissions and against this threat that exists?
Well, like I mentioned before, our agents, outproduce the average in the industry 2 to 1, and that's because our agents are focused on providing the consumer an amazing experience. It's you listen to people say, "Oh, okay, I don't think that person needs to be on one part of the transaction." Let me ask you this: okay, you've got 2 attorneys when you go to court. Do we need to get rid of one of them? No, I don't think so. So you need to have appropriate representation as a consumer to ensure that your largest investment, especially this buyer side, for crying out loud, which that's, that person's coming to the table with all their savings plus, plus, plus. In fact, it's over 80% of their
net worth. Yeah.
That they're walking into this room and saying, here you go, on the table. Do you think that they should be represented by somebody who cares and is working for their best interest financially? I absolutely do, as well as the litigious environment that we're in today. Because I mean, I just saw something the other day about people that have bought a house, and they come to find out that nothing in the house was in code. And a good buyer side agent helps them go through all the steps to ensure that they get a good inspection. They know how to handle the inspection objections. They do their diligence, and that they just don't fall in love with the house and then throw a pile of money on the table and lose it. So, and then you also have, the cybersecurity issues going on in this, and agents counsel their clients on, don't send the wire to somebody that sends you an email, things like that. So ultimately, does the buyer side agent provide a great service to the consumer? Absolutely. And we truly believe in the buyer side agent as much as we believe in the sell side agent, because we believe that each of these consumers need to be fairly represented, because it is their largest transaction that they're involved in their life. And we also believe that agent has to be a current, recognized expert in the space, not somebody who just dabbles in it. We want people who are interested in being the best of the best in what they do. And I truly believe there's a value in it. In fact, I know several agents. Obviously, I know a lot of them, but I know several that say, I don't charge the industry standard of 2.8% per side. I mean, I charge more than that, and they earn it too. And they don't have a problem charging that when they sit down and they break it down for the consumer and say, here's what you're paying and why.
It's a value in North America, which is what I want to talk to you about. Now, you guys are in 110 countries, so 2, U.S. and Canada. The commissions paid by the seller, 108, or most of those 108, the commissions paid by the buyer, right? So you have Remax in a lot of countries where the buyer pays the co-op commission, and the average commission in the majority of those countries from where red is actually, a full, let's just say 40-45% less than it is in North America. So do you think that decoupling, where the buyer pays the co-op commission as they do in most other countries other than North America, do you think that's going to happen in North America in the future?
No, I don't. I think what the and I don't even know that it's even the consumer that's asking for this. I think it's different businesses in our space are trying to push this to try
that whole lawsuit against, I know Remax and Keller Williams and NAR and Sotheby's, and everybody's involved in it, right? That's the whole goal, right? Is to decouple the commission.
Well, I'm not going to talk to the lawsuit. I mean, obviously we're part of that. So, but ultimately, you know what? People deserve to know what they're paying for, and good agents have already been telling them that. So, I mean, the agents I talk to sit down with the buyers and say, here's what the commission rate is. And the buyers go, okay, I got no problem with that, because the good agents are also telling them everything that they're getting. So, it's good agents, operate in that transparent environment, and that's what we're proud to say our agents do.
So what do you think the biggest threat is coming down the road? Like, first of all, do you think that the market's going to slow in the next 5 years or so?
The market is what the market is, Pat. And we went through a recession, and guess what? Agents were still doing business. Okay. I mean, think about that. I mean, the market didn't come to a screeching halt and everything stopped. It didn't happen. So people are going to buy and sell houses. I think those people deserve great agents to buy and sell houses with, and I want them to be my agents, which is why I'm equipping my agents with the very best tools and opportunities to do that. So, the market's going to ebb and flow. It always has. So, and what are the fears? The fears are people who are fearful. Who's our own worst enemy in this? It's ourselves. It's confidence. It's people not going out and building those relationships and building community and being part of their neighborhood and their farm area, and letting people know that they're there to help them. Because I got to tell you, you talk about there's no better time to buy and sell houses than now. Well, That's true, because interest rates are still at record lows, and there's some amazing opportunities, both between new builds and resales out there that people want to and are taking advantage of. In fact, more millennials now are using agents than ever before. So, I think we're trying to scare ourselves with the fear mongering, with the clickbait, with things like that, and ultimately, the people that are doing a lot of business are the professionals that are ignoring that and going and doing business.
Yeah, fascinating. Well, what about opportunities? Like, what do you think the opportunities are for agents in the future? The people listening to this can learn from, to jump on or think about in the next couple of years. What's an opportunity that might not exist last year that's going to exist or does exist right now?
I think this opportunity has existed for many years, but very few are taking advantage of it, and that's video. I think
Good answer.
I think people are not using enough video to connect with the consumer. I think they're not marketing themselves the right way. I think what they're doing is they're advertising themselves. They're saying, Adam Contos wants to sell your house, instead of, hey, let me talk to you about some amazing things that are happening in this neighborhood. So you need to connect with the consumer through experience, because they're not going to remember what you tell them. They're going to remember how you make them feel. And that's, agents need to understand fully that this is a psychological game in order to connect with the consumer. And that means that they have to care about the consumer genuinely, and they have to do nice things for people. And I know we have so many amazing people in our space that want to help, but don't push. Help is what I see to be the greatest opportunity out there.
Yeah, and it kind of ties back into what you had said earlier, which is the people that build the relationships and kind of, well, like you said, help, are the ones that are going to thrive in this market, right?
Exactly.
Thrive in the future market. Right?
Think about this. What if our industry was known as being the kindest people on this planet? I mean, what if we had that reputation? And we are kind, we're understanding, and we are here to help people. I mean, what if that was our mantra, our reputation, things like that? I mean, that's a game changer, isn't it?
Do the math. It's worth every single dollar. That's a title of a comment that I got on my certified listing agent course from Rebus University. It's from Bill Reeg. This is what Bill says. Bill says, looking to take your listing presentation to the next level? I've closed 100 appointments since I took Pat's certified listing agent course. 5 appointments, 5 new clients, 60 days. Boom, do the math. It's worth every single dollar. Thanks, Bill. But listen, guys, I am offering this to you if you haven't already taken it, because so many brokers and teams make their agents take it before they do a single listing appointment. But if you haven't taken it, you can go to rebusuniversity.com and get it now. Now, here's the thing. For 30 days, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you that course. I'm going to give you the buyer agent course, which teaches you how to close every single serious buyer that calls on the phone or emails. The certified team agent course is taught by Jeff Cohn, one of America's top agents, on how to build a team from zero to hero to hundreds and hundreds of units every year, step by step. It's like a 12-hour course, plus 7 other courses. Yes, you heard that right. All for a measly $127 a month. If you were to go to Rebus University and buy these courses individually, it costs you over $10,000. But today, if you go to futureofrealestatetraining.com, that's futureofrealestatetraining.com, you'll learn what Bill Reeg did, which is how to close 100% of the listing appointments you go on. Quite impressive. And you'll learn all the other incredible details provided in the 11 5-star courses that are offered. Yeah, it's like all you can eat bazaar. You go in now and you pay $127 a month. If you can eat all 11 courses in 1 month, that's all you pay is $197. This is a bargain, guys. Get it now. Futureofrealestatetraining.com. Hey, real estate rockstars, this is Pat Hyben, and before we jump back into today's content, I want to tell you about an extraordinary offer from an extraordinary company. I'm talking about My Outdesk. If you haven't heard of My Outdesk, basically they are a virtual assistant company. a VA company that specializes in virtual assistants for real estate agents. Yeah, I'm talking about transaction coordinators, marketing assistants. I'm talking about ISAs, inside sales agents that prospect thousands and thousands of seller leads and buyer lead follow-ups. I mean, these guys are trained in this stuff specifically. You're not using a company that doesn't know or understand real estate sales. 4 out of 5 of the top teams in the US use my Outdesk for their virtual assistants. And because I know the owner, Daniel Ramsey, I've known him for over a decade, and I know how awesome and incredible this company is and how it saves agents thousands and thousands of dollars every single week and makes them thousands and thousands of more every single week, we're going to give you a $400 coupon off of your first month of a virtual assistant and give you a free book entitled Scaling Your Business with Virtual Professionals. So you can read it and look into it before you decide anything. It's called Scaling Your Business with Virtual Professionals. And you can get it real easy. All you got to do is text the word HIBAN, H-I-B-A-N, to 31996. That's H-I-B-A-N to 31996. And download your free book, Scaling Your Business with Virtual Professionals. And don't forget to mention also that you get a $400 discount, which will give you a coupon for that when you download the book. Thank you, guys, and I hope you enjoy and make a ton of money using my Outdesk. And so that leads me to this question, and I know you guys are, Remax is a huge, massive supporter of the Children's Miracle Network. Tell me about that, and tell me how you guys are changing lives.
Well, the beauty of the Children's Miracle Network and our relationship is through miracle homes, miracle agents, miracle offices. Those dollars go right back into the local communities. So the children that are helped are the children that those agents see on the street. There are 170 member hospitals and Children's Miracle Network hospitals around the country, and we've made over 32 million treatments, is my understanding. How many kids is helping? And
let's slow this down. 32 million treatments. This would be like a cancer treatment could last, is this like a one shot of chemo, or is that like a lifetime of chemo? Or
okay, well, let me blow your mind with this one. That's 32 treatments a year.
32 million treatments a year.
A year. Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Okay, it is everything from stitches and band-aids to cancer treatments, to broken bones, to all sorts of different things. But it is our agents are helping so many kids through this process, as are a lot of other corporations, by the way.
Yeah, how does a kid get into one of your hospitals, or not your hospitals? How does a kid get into one of the 170 hospitals, and where are they located?
The Children's Miracle Network hospitals are located in all over the country. So
U.S., just U.S. only, or Canada too?
I think in Canada as well. I'm looking at my PR person. Yeah, I think it's Canada.
Yeah. Well. Okay, sorry. And then how does a kid get there? Right, you go to the hospital. Damn, I got leukemia.
You walk into Children's Miracle Network Hospital, and I'm sure they'll help you out. It's
just the hospital there. You probably get diagnosed, and then the doctor says, "Go here. They're the best."
Right. I'm sure a lot of pediatricians, will direct the children there because they're specialized for treating the children. And so the different rooms in there are, they're painted like jungles and fun stuff and things like that. So
yeah, I've seen some pictures. They got bunny rabbits running through the waiting room and cool stuff like that.
It's a comforting environment for a kid that's suffering. And the beauty is we get to see some of these miracle children that we will bring them to headquarters every now and then. We usually have one come to our annual convention and share their story. But it's something that's really close to our heart. I have kids, and my kids have, visited the hospital before, and you look at it and you go, okay, I'm glad this is here. This is us making the world a better place. And we're one small piece of that puzzle. So anybody that can help, we encourage to do so because it's the right thing to do as a good human being.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk to me about Dave Liniger, and I know he's come back into the picture. Him and Gail founded Remax 1973. So what's that? 83, 93, 2003, 2000. You're talking
46 years.
46. Gee whiz, 46 years. So how's that relationship going? And tell me about what it's like working with him. Does he poke his head in and say, Adam, hey, what's going on with this? You guys have strategic meetings. How's that work?
Well, Dave is the chairman of the board. So, obviously he's heavily involved in strategy and the board of directors. I run the operations of the company, but, the guy's climbing the mountain to talk to the guru. And I'll pick up the phone and call him whenever I want and have a conversation with him. And he'll talk to many of our employees, brokers, agents, things like that. He loves real estate. He loves the Remax network and all of our partners and customers within it. So, I see him whenever I see him. Sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes it's, every couple of weeks. He enjoys travel. Him and Gail are doing great. So, we do communicate a lot, and he's, I'm blessed and honored to have been mentored and continue to learn from somebody like that, as are so many of the other great people in our company.
How old was he when he founded Remax? Do you know?
73. What was he, 27? Okay, I think.
Okay, yeah, isn't that funny? He's 27 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's fascinating.
I don't know if I'm exact on it. I think it's 27.
Okay, well, that sounds about right. So what would if you had to paint a picture of the DNA of a modern agent today? And this comes from some friends of mine, Rick Cantor, Alex Caravacelis, run Remax Advantage in Columbia, Maryland, several offices, and they wanted me to ask you this. Can you paint a picture of the modern realtor of today and tomorrow? What do you want that agent to look like, and what should they look like if they want to make decent money? And serve their customers, right?
Yeah, I think it's somebody who's interested in providing the greatest customer experience through transparency, through communication, trust, knowledge, and somebody who utilizes the tools available to them in order to serve the consumer the best, and those tools to scale their business. So, you can be an amazing agent with one customer, but you're not going to be an agent for long if that's the case. So you've got to build a scalable business, and that scalable business, means repeatable systems in order to provide an amazing real estate transaction for the consumer, both through the marketing and the involvement of community building. You got to be a community builder in order to be really good in this industry. But somebody who's interested in the community, the people, kindness, giving back, but is also really good at, like I said, the mechanics of both the transaction, but also being able to run a business effectively. So you got to have those things. A lot of people come in and go, oh, okay, I want to sell some houses and make some commissions. But this is a profession. This is a business that needs to be run professionally, but also, like I said, with community and kindness in mind as your key goals, because that's what you're doing as you're growing communities.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, a kind, big-hearted person, but also a savvy business person, right? They're diametric a little bit, but they shouldn't be. But you need to be both. You need to be sharp, and you need to be dull. And dull meaning, soft, right? Soft and hard. Interesting.
I mean, you can be a big teddy bear. There are some guys that are Navy SEALs that are big, tough guys that'll run up and hug a puppy. I mean, that's kind human beings don't need to be, be thought of as being, having massive weaknesses or something like that. They can be really good at what they do, but still be kind and be good people.
And why do you think you're going to need to be like that more than in the past?
I think you need to be like that because people want to know you care. This is an emotional transaction. The people who are trying to show mechanically taking over the industry can't compete with the fact that this is an emotional transaction. I mean, this is something where people cry, people stay up at night, people are nervous. They have long discussions with loved ones. They call their parents and ask for advice. They call their friends and ask for advice. I mean, this is a massively emotional situation, and you have to have some incredible emotional intelligence to be involved in this space. And emotional intelligence means that you have the ability to understand other human beings and serve them on that level, not just of the mind, but the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's, that's a gift that a lot of people in our space have, and it's one that a lot of people in our space could develop better. But I love this industry because you get to deal with some of the coolest people in the world, and you know what they're in it for. They wake up every morning, and yes, they have to go earn the food on the table for that night, but they love doing it because they love to help people. And that's what I think, we need to look at. We need to take a step back and look at it in our space and go, all right, we need to build more people like that.
Love it. I love it. I love it. Well, this has been awesome. I really appreciate you coming on, Adam. I want to wrap this up. I'm going to pause it here, Allie. Adam, do you know if you have something free that you can give away, like a free gift?
Yeah, I do. I've compiled a download that everybody can.
Okay, hold on a second, Allie. Let's start recording. All right, Adam, this has been awesome, buddy. I really appreciate you taking time. I know you're a busy man. I know you got tons of stuff going on, and I thank you for that. And our audience, the Rockstar Nation, thanks you for that. Let's wrap this up by talking about your free gift. What is the free gift that you brought everybody today that's listening?
Yeah, Pat. So for the Rockstar Nation, we've got a download that we call it a week's worth of wisdom. So, kind of give you an idea for each day that I've compiled some of the articles that I've written, we've put together for everybody that has different ideas on how to build your business, how to, improve yourself 1% each day, basically. And, some things to think about when operating your business to stay sharp, stay polished, and stay growing.
I love that. A week's worth of wisdom, guys. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make this, this is going to be easy. I'm going to just put it on hibandigital.com/Adam Contos. It's Contos. Basically, the only vowels in it are the O's, Contos. hibandigital.com/Adam Contos. And of course, it'll be in the Agent Success Toolbox, which can be found on hibandigital.com/toolbox, along with hundreds of other downloadable items that people that have come on the show have brought. Or you could text the word toolbox to 444-999. I'm going to also put all of Adam's information, websites, any social media stuff. If you want to reach out to him and say thank you for coming on and thank you for sharing, it'll all be there. So, Adam, listen, this has been a blast, buddy. I really appreciate you. And anything you want to leave the audience with today?
Hey, Pat, I really appreciate being on here with you and the Rockstars. Don't forget to check out my podcast, Start With a Win. Love your podcast, man. It's awesome. And I think the more we can share in our space, the better. So startwithawin.com and also on, iTunes and Google Play, as well as at Remax Adam Contos on all the major social channels.
There you go. Beautiful. So, guys, I'm going to put a link to his his podcast too. I encourage you to listen to it. Just go to his show notes, hit the link, and start with win. I'm gonna start listening to that myself, Adam.
Sounds good. Thanks, Pat. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, buddy. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay. All right. You're good. Rockstar Nation, thank you for listening to Real Estate Rockstars. Listen, I need a favor. If you find this free content helpful, if you find our downloadable items from each guest helpful, please, I need you to pull out your pointing finger. Yes, the one finger that points at people, and hit subscribe. Yes, subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the better we look in the ratings, and the easier it is to get guests like Robert Kiyosaki, Barbara Corcoran, all the players that are on $1 million listing in the different cities. All that stuff makes it easier the more subscribers we get, so please subscribe. And listen, there's a lot of places you can leave comments. There's a lot of places you can like. We're on Facebook. We have an Instagram page. Instagram page is I am Pat Hyben. The Facebook is Real Estate Rockstars Radio. Feel free to leave us comments there. The most popular form of commenting seems to happen on YouTube. Yes, for whatever reason, it's a very open environment. So just go to YouTube and go to Real Estate Rockstars Radio. Leave us comments there. Some of them we will read on the show. We love your feedback. So thanks, guys, and I hope you are having a great day. Oh, and also, listen, if you're going to subscribe and you haven't already left a review on iTunes, please do that too. Have a great day, and thanks so much, Rockstar Nation. I really appreciate you.